What up, guys? Your boy Quake back with a brand new episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast, number 295, powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They've sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so show them love for showing us love. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. First, I want to say it's hot as hell in here again. Man, it's been blazing. I mean, I don't know where you guys are living at, but here it's basically been touching 100 degrees. I mean, we're talking 97, 96, 98, basically 100 degrees. So here, even at night at the office, it's blazing hot. So I am doing this episode very late. I was busy today. It was my sister's birthday. So towards the afternoon, I had to go spend time with her, family, stuff like that. So I am doing this episode late. So I apologize if energy's not there or whatever. I've had a long day. I am working on a mini documentary. I want to get out before this month is over because I'm kind of upset that I'm not being able to get this Diddy $1 million hit one done this month. That was the plan, but just it's not working out right now. So I am working on a little mini one that's probably going to come out within a day or two. Pretty cool, man. It has to do with hip hop and finance, so I'm excited for it. So I want to drop it, just see what the response is of it. If it's a great response, I'll keep doing hip hop and finance content because I don't see anybody doing that type of content at all. So that's a new lane that hasn't been carved by literally nobody. So I want to, enter that lane. If you start seeing people doing that type of content more, well, then you know who created it because, damn it, I got my Who Really Won stolen. I got a lot of content that I do stolen. Basically, long-form content is what I started in the hip-hop world. There was literally no long-form content in 2017 in the YouTube space. Nothing. You can go ahead and Google it, man. Go check the videos from whoever is your favorite hip-hop content creator. Go to 2017, see if they're dropping hour-long videos. Nada. Nobody. But, yeah, I want to carve that hip-hop and finance lane because I like finance. I like talking about money, investing, stuff like that. So I think incorporating the two in a fun way is a great way to not only educate people, but also, just talk about hip-hop as well. So I love both those things, cars, finance, and hip-hop are like the three things that I love to talk about. Not because I'm like a greedy bastard and love money. I just like the concept of, people being able to change their lives through just simple, investing. And listen, I'm going to reword that. Not simple, because it's not simple. I don't want to make it seem like it's something super easy. But it's a great way to, elevate your life to different levels. If, you learn, it takes time, obviously. You're going to lose money in the beginning, as everybody does, including me. But once you learn, you get used to it. You can change your life for the better, man. Things could go upwards in terms of finances. So, the number one thing, though, I think I just watched a clip actually fairly recently. The number one thing is find, a trade that you're really good in, get really good at that. So that way you can get a great paycheck. Because that's, at the end of the day, it's your income in that's what matters, because if you don't have a lot of income coming in, you can't really invest money. So I don't expect somebody who's living paycheck to paycheck to invest $100 in something because they need that badly, So that's a different scenario. I understand those situations, but if you got extra money laying around after you pay all your bills, like what you should be doing is not blowing it on clothes or shoes or whatever going out. Like you should be investing that. But that's a whole different thing. I don't want to get into all that, but I am working on a mini documentary, so expect it in about a day, 2, maybe even 3 days max, maybe Sunday, somewhere around there. I'm thinking Sunday probably be the best time. I'll probably get it done by then. But yeah, then the Diddy $1 million hit, expected like the first week of July, maybe second week of July. Then I'm going to be doing the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Then I'm going to be doing a few other ones that I already have lined up. I already have the list. So now, listen, these were supposed to be out a long time ago. I recognize that, but obviously Drake and Kendrick Lamar went on it, and the whole Diddy thing happened. So, all that kind of just sidetracked everything, and that's just the reality situation. I cover news and I do documentaries. I don't just do documentaries. If I just did documentaries, different story. You guys should expect me then just to deliver documentaries, but I don't do that. I like to do news and I like to do documentaries. So, let's get into it. Speaking of news, Keefe D. Keefe D's $750,000 bond in Tupac murder case is delayed by the judge. Now, it's been revealed that WAC 100 is putting up the money. That is some Suge Knight shit in full circle. If I can recognize it from a mile away, that's, when Tupac was locked up, Suge Knight came and saved the day. That reminds me of 100% of the Suge Knight situation. I don't know what Keefe D and Wack 100 were talking about or what deal were they going to make. Maybe he's going to appear on Wack 100's podcast and just talk everything. I don't know. But he's putting up the money, which is insane. So let's go over the article. Keefe D will have to wait a bit longer to learn if he will be able to be released on bond after being accused of Tupac's murder. According to a report from AP, Clark County District Court Judge Carly Kearney decided at the hearing on Tuesday, June 25th, that she will delay the decision about whether to approve Keefe's $750,000 bond, which the accused killer said late last week that he'd gathered the resources to pay. I don't really see where the money is coming from, Judge Kearney said. She announced that her decision about whether the suspect would be freed pending trial would happen after she finishes looking at financial records. One issue is the involvement of controversial manager Cash Wack 100 Jones, who claimed on Instagram Sunday, June 23rd, that he finalized Keefe D's bond. He showed paperwork and everything. Wack 100 reportedly paid over $100,000 to secure a New Jersey-based insurance company to cover the remainder of the cost of the bond at the hearing. Wack 100 claimed that his contribution was a gift. Sounds like some Suge Knight shit. Prosecutors had a different explanation, saying that the manager only paid in order to secure an interview with the accused killer. I agree. Same thing. I don't find the defense has met the burden to show that the bail is not connected to Keefe ultimately talking about Mr. Shakur's murder, and any evidence to contrary is not credible, the judge said. Wack 100 did admit to wanting to interview Keefe, but said he planned on doing it after the suspect's trial, which is scheduled to begin in November. How can you interview him after the trial if he gets convicted? If he gets convicted, obviously. Judge Kearney has set a timetable for her decision about the bond. Keefe's attorneys submitted the request for the house arrest back in January. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted on that. Very Suge Knight type of situation, so I'm not going to be surprised if we do get interviews from Keefe D. That's the only way. That's the only value he holds right now is an interview. That's where he would be able to get any kind of money because, he's basically told everything as best, as detailed as possible in these interviews. In his book, he told everything. Then in interviews, he went and started doing it. Had he just kept it in the book, maybe he would have got away with, just speaking in the book about these things. Less attention would have been drawn because how many people... Think about this. How many people actually read books of people that they write the stories? Like, who would have read? The percentage of people reading Keefe D's book versus watching his interviews are way drastically different. I've never read Keefe D's book. Actually, I'm taking that back. I am working on the Diddy $1 million hit, so I have dibbled and dabbled into the book. That's basically because it's part of my job. That's the only reason. I would have never read this book. I could give two fucks about this book. If it had nothing to do with my job, I wouldn't read it. Majority of people probably feel like that. 90%. So it's the interviews that got him in trouble, and him doing an interview while he's dealing with trial and stuff that's coming up isn't the smartest thing to do. Is it worth getting that money to potentially risk your freedom? I don't know. He is a lot older, so maybe he's thinking about his kids, his grandkids, stuff like that. Maybe that's why he wants to secure a bag before he's basically ultimately locked up or everything. Or maybe he thinks, they got nothing on him. The trial is going to go its way and he's going to, be a free man. So I don't know. That's his take. I don't know what his take is on it, but I'm sure he's thinking, he'll probably get away with this situation. But we'll see. We'll keep our eyes posted. Continuing on with Keefe D, he has claimed that the food in prison has given him cancer, or his cancer has returned. That's what he's claiming. Tupac's murder suspect, Keefe D, has claimed that his cancer has returned and blamed the recurrence of the state of the food in jail. Which, I don't know, this food can cause cancer, obviously. But, I don't know, him being out, was he really eating that healthy? That's kind of crazy. Keefe was speaking about his health during a court appearance on Tuesday, June 25th, where he revealed that he was no longer cancer-free. The former Crip said, "I got cancer. I've been in jail eating processed food. I had colon cancer." Let's go over there. That's the actual wording. Let's go. Let's play the video for you guys.
I wanted to go on till I got cancer, and I just called it back. And here eating y'all processed food. I had colon cancer right here. And it's down in the wound to this side behind this processed food in there. They don't sell no fruit. They don't. It's just terrible. Fake potatoes, fake milk, fake everything. It ain't good for an ex-cancer patient. Now I got it again. They took me to the hospital, UMC, on the 5th of May. He came up to my cell and said, Mr. Davis, hurry up and get dressed. You need emergency surgery. So I went over there. They did all the CAT scans and stuff. And they referred me to my cancer doctor, so I went and seen him on the 8th of May. And he said, I'll get you to do a colonoscopy in a week, CAT scan in 2 weeks, a PET scan in 3 weeks. They haven't came here to do nothing. I'm in a life situation, and I will say anything to save my life.
Yeah, I mean, that's prison for you. What do you expect? The healthiest food, freshest fruits, it's prison or jail, whatever. Either or, both the food sucks in either area. So, hey, it is what it is, man. It sucks, but I mean, he's gotten an old age. I don't think he expected, even if he got, convicted, he's kind of lived his life already. At this point, what I would do, if I was that age, I would try to do anything I can to get money to give to my kids and grandkids. That's it, man. Do the last really good major deed that I can do. And just, ride out in the sunset, man. It is what it is. Sometimes life is like that. Karma comes to bite you in the ass if you've done wrong. And, it is what it is, man. At that age, certain age, man, I think I just want to give a fuck. I know I'm saying that right now. I'm fairly young, so, maybe in the next 30 years I might have different thoughts. But, I think at a certain age, I already stopped giving a fuck about a lot of things after a certain age. It's like, so the older you get, the less you kind of deal with bullshit, the less you argue, the less, at least that's the way I've gone. Like when I was younger, I'd have full on arguments with people day in and day out about things. And then as I got older, I just kind of was like, yeah, you're right. It is what it is. Even though they're not right, they're wrong. I just don't have the patience, the energy, the nerves. I got too much going on in my life to be arguing with you about some dumb shit that doesn't really make sense. Everybody has their own opinions on things, so I never really get into arguments like that anymore. Now, will there be hip-hop arguments? Of course. I mean, I like doing it just for the sport of it, I guess. But for the most part, when people, if somebody says, 2 + 2 = 5, hey, it's wrong, but hey, I'm not going to argue with you. That's what you believe. That's what you believe. So I'm going to let that fly. But, he's going to be dealing with a lot of stuff, man. Not only the cancer thing, but if he actually gets that bail, he's probably going to have some type of, maybe on a target on his back. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted and see if anything, comes out of any of these situations with Keefe D. He's in a weird situation with WAC 100 and this cancer thing. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. Updates on Pop Smoke's murder trial. This feels like it's been 90 million years. This thing still hasn't started. Let's get into it. Pop Smoke's alleged killer, Corey Walker, has received a new trial date after he failed to agree to a plea deal with prosecutors. It's been over 4 years since the Dior rapper was killed, but the trial against his alleged murderers has still yet to commence. Walker, who is the only defendant to be tried as an adult, could not agree to a plea deal with prosecution, according to his attorney. Walker's lawyer, Dion Benjamin, told Rolling Stone negotiations fell through, but there's still a possibility we'll come to an agreement. A few things need to be ironed out. If they don't get resolved, we'll go to trial. If no plea deal is agreed, jury selection for the trial will go ahead on August 6th. It was previously scheduled to begin this week. Walker is the only suspect to still have his fate decided by the legal system. A 15-year-old previously admitted to pulling the trigger and fatally shooting Pop Smoke during a home invasion in the Hollywood Hills in February 2020. Trial in juvenile court because of his age. He also admitted to a home invasion robbery charge as well as personally and intentionally discharging a firearm during the crime. He was expected to be held at state juvenile facility until the age of 25. LA County Superior Court Judge J. Christopher Smith told defendant, along with 19-year-old co-defendant, that Pop Smoke lost his life for over no good reason. You have no right to take somebody's life. You have no right to take somebody's property, said Smith. Amelia Rose, who was with the Brooklyn rapper when he was gunned down, previously shared harrowing account of his murder during an episode of WeTV's Hip Hop Homicides. Ross told host Van Lathan that she remembered Pop going upstairs to use the bathroom inside the mansion that he was renting. At the time, moments later, she was struck with fear when intruders broke into the property and pointed a gun at her face. Pop said he was going upstairs. I'm sitting on the bed. I'm starting to take off my clothes, and he said, okay, I'll come back. She recalled he was going to the restroom, so these were his last words. This moment, it was like a couple of seconds. I hear the noise. Ross continued as she described hearing a sliding glass door open into the second-story bedroom. The guy was in the mask, and his gun was like, look at me, you know. His eyes made me so scared. They run to the restroom. Pop screamed, what? Ross went on tearfully recall how Pop Smoke was taken out of the bathroom by the armed intruders after a brief commotion. She heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Yeah, dumb. Like, this whole murder thing was just like, could have been avoided, man. Probably the dumbest shit, you know, like, probably one of the worst ways for somebody to just die. It makes no sense at all. Like, yeah, it's a robbery, but it seems like Pop Smoke put up a fight over, like, bro, I'm butt naked in the shower. Rob me. Take my chain. Take my watch. Beat the fuck out of me. As long as I'm alive, I don't give two fucks. There needs to be a moment where you got to say, hey, man, pride is just not, this is not the moment to have pride. Hey, you're butt naked in the shower. You're not armed. You're not ready. They got you. They caught you. It is what it is. Listen, my life is 1 million times worth more than any car, any watch, any chain, anything. Anything that I own in my life that is of material possession, you can have, period. Like, it's that simple. Regardless, anyways, going back to the trial, this is taking 90 million years. It's a shame because I heard a Central C and Lil Baby song. We can go bend for bend. Fuck that. We can go M for M. Quarter Maybach truck. Double R with the factory rims. I got the bras, the years. I'm really a threat. That record, amazing record, right? They did a remix with Pop Smoke on it. And oh my God, it sounds so good. I miss this guy as an artist. He would have been superstar. He would have been one that. Hey, what do I say? Every time I talk about this, I say the newer generation in hip hop all died, basically. Listen, XXXTentacion. He was the new generation of hip hop. Whether you liked it or not, he was moving that wave. Juice WRLD, same with Juice WRLD. Pop Smoke, same with Pop Smoke. You could even throw Lil Peep in there. I know people are, not the biggest fans of Lil Peep. Some people love him, some people don't. I thought he had some decently great tracks. So they were the ones that are going to push the needle forward in hip hop and carry it. And now people are wondering why. Why is Kendrick Lamar and Drake and J. Cole still dominating? They've been around for a while. They're in their late 30s. Why are they? Because they all died. All the new generation basically died, man. The ones supposed to carry it. It's really that simple. So, this guy would have been a astronomical superstar. I mean, you just listen to Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Like, that album, that was 70% done, and it sounded so fucking good. Imagine if it actually got finished and he released it, he promoted it, he shot music videos for it. Like, it would have been a whole different scenario. The Pop Smoke thing is like a big what if in hip hop. I know Big L is probably one of the biggest ones because his talent was next level and then he gets killed, drive-by shooting, whatever. Sad situation on that. But Pop Smoke is just another one of those, like, that New York record, New York City, tonight. I forgot what the fuck it goes, the bars, Alicia Keys. That record would have skyrocketed Pop Smoke. It didn't skyrocket because, what's his name, man? The guy was on it. Why am I forgetting his name already? See, that's what I'm saying. This guy's not even that great of an artist. His name is, how am I forgetting? New York City. I'm forgetting already, man. Fabio Foreign. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even remember the guy's name because he ain't popping like that, man. He ain't popping like that compared to what Pop Smoke was gonna be. Oh, insane, man. But yeah, when I heard that Central C remix, let me see if I can find it. Honestly, let me see if I can play it for you guys because it shouldn't be copyrighted. It is like a mix. I found it on TikTok, so I'm going to play it for you guys. I have to play at least a little snippet of this. It's too good. It's too good of a mix to not be played. Let's see. It is on TikTok, so bear with me here as I scroll through and try to find this astronomically beautiful track.
Along with the factory rims, I got the 90, the years, the version, the bribes, I'm really the threat. It's got to the point that I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear. Lobster, big racks only when niggas step on the scene. Ain't nobody told ya. Both the braces, so I'm back to welling in these streets. Bitches spinning rovers, ball amazing Gucci sweaters hopping out of V. So mix run you over. Go ASAP up in ASAP to your V. I'm a trapping fanatic. I walk in this spot like I want it all. I'm Mary Jeans for the denim, 100 clippy, get them all cold like Julio. Double G for the swag, you can check the tag, pussy nigga dropping G's. Big bags is for the V, honey's busting out the jeans. Look, my bitch gon' run down with a Glock and a beam. I'm Mary Denim's got some racks in my jeans. Double G match the T, double G match the sneaks. Shoot his head if you reach. Grab the chop and go promo. Look, more TikTok.
Bro, we can go band for band, pop smoke. We can go pop for pop, motherfucker. Yeah, that record's fire, man. I'm like, this is like, that's where we're missing out on, man, because some fucking dorks that wanted to rob somebody, like it's, and I always remember Pop Smoke's death coincided with Kobe Bryant's, because Kobe literally died end of January. I think it was January 26, 2020, and then like 3 weeks later, Pop Smoke dies. Like, it's so weird. And then Pop Smoke actually spoke in an interview about Kobe's death, which was insane, because then like literally days later, he ended up dying. Yeah, man, sad. We'll keep our eyes open and see what what's going on with the murder trial with this actual adult and not minor or whatever, juvenile. Before we continue, I want to give a shout out to Golden Eagle for sponsoring this podcast. Yes, if it wasn't for Golden Eagle, this podcast wouldn't be possible. If you're looking for an energy drink that doesn't tear a hole in your pocket, Golden Eagle energy drink is the one you want to get. Golden Eagle has the smoothest taste with no aftertaste. You don't get acid reflux when you drink it, and you will save a lot of money. So check out Golden Eagle at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. The link is in the description below. And how do you think this podcast would be possible without me having energy to do it? Come on, guys. You guys got to remember this. I need energy to do this stuff, man, because there's a lot of crazy topics. So look how smooth this thing sounds. Look at it. Oh, my God. It's fresh. Look at that Golden Eagle. Look at the can. It's so beautiful, too, man. Look at that. That's so fresh, man. So fresh. Golden Eagle energy drink. Go to the link description below. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Let's continue the episode. Young Dolph. Another guy that I wish was still alive delivering music, because, another talented artist that I didn't know about really that much. Like, I knew about certain tracks from him, but once he died, I really got into his catalog of music, and I was like, whoa, okay, this guy is something else. So what's going on? Let's go over the article. One of Young Dolph's 3 alleged killers has been arrested, but not on charges related to the Memphis rapper's death. 44-year-old Hernandez Govan, who allegedly hired Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith to shoot and kill Dolph, has been charged with stalking, repeatedly following, harassing, or making threats, driving with a suspended license, and having an improperly mounted license tag in a new arrest. WREG reports he was released from jail in Tennessee's Shelby County on Monday, June 24th on a $2,250 bond. Govan has a court date on Wednesday, June 26th for the alleged driving violations. Then will go before a judge on the stalking and harassment charges on August 20th. Back in February, Govan was arrested for his alleged role in Young Dolph's death and charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Soon after, he was granted a bond for $90,000 and put on house arrest so he could find work to take care of his family. Afterward, however, Shelby County Judge J. Jennifer Michelle criticized the defendant for talking to a journalist. Yeah, this is when he did that interview, and they said you shouldn't be doing it. But yeah, turns out, now he's getting into more trouble about stalking people and harassing and making threats. Plus driving with suspended license and having an improperly mounted license tag. Regardless, man, this trial needs to start as well and get it over with. Like, why are we taking 90 million years? Ridiculous. The timing on these things is 90 million years, and it shouldn't be taking this long. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. This guy is clearly a moron for a 44-year-old. So hopefully he doesn't, keep. Actually, fuck this guy. What am I saying? Hopefully he doesn't keep doing this. Yeah, keep doing this. Get yourself arrested. You're a dumbass. Why am I having any type of? I'm so used to artists that are innocent or like BG, right? I'm so used to those type of situations that I'm over here talking about like, oh, hopefully he doesn't do no. Like, do dumb shit so you can get arrested. Please keep doing them. You're a genius, Hernandez. You're a genius. Keep doing these dumb things. You're a 44-year-old genius. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted and see if anything new comes out. Updates on Quando Rondo. Yes, I know you guys haven't heard his name in a minute. Let's go over it. Quando Rondo has secured a plea deal with prosecutors in his federal drug conspiracy case. The controversial rapper was initially facing up to 20 years in prison after being arrested, along with 18 other men last June on charges of drug conspiracy and participating in gang activity. Now, United States Attorney Jill E. Steinberg filed documentation in the Southern District Court of Georgia to say that the plea deal has been agreed between the prosecution and Rondo. The details of the plea, including if Rondo will serve any jail time, have not yet been released. The judge overseeing the case has also yet to formally make a decision on the agreement. Rondo and his representatives have also yet to comment on the developments in the case. When arrested, Rondo was charged with 14 counts, including possession of a firearm and furtherance of drug trafficking crime, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery, as well as conspiring with others to possess and distribute drugs, including methamphetamine, phenylene, cocaine, marijuana, whatever, fentanyl, all that stuff. He was previously charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to violate Georgia's controlled substances law, 1 count of participating in criminal activity affiliated with street gang, and 1 count of illegal use of a cell phone to facilitate a drug deal. The 25-year-old was released from jail on bond shortly before Christmas after paying $100,000 bail. Quando Rondo. What's that saying, that viral clip? Forget what the fuck it was, but yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted on this, man. Interesting. They got a plea deal. You might actually not really serve time. Who knows? If it is, it's way less than 20 years, because that's a plea deal is usually a better deal. That's the only way you accept it if you're getting something better. So he's not going to be facing 20 years. Worst case, he'll probably face 5. Worst. That's like the worst. But I doubt he's going to face time. If any time, it's probably going to be like a year, which I think he already served because he was locked up for a minute. So they add that time. So basically 7-8 months, if that. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. Shout out to Quando Rondo, man. He's been through a lot of different shit. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes posted. Sheryl Crow. Yes. I didn't think I was ever going to say that person's name ever on this podcast, but here we are. Why am I mentioning Sheryl Crow? Let's go over the article. Drake has been bashed by an unexpected source, Sheryl Crow, who has taken issue with his perceived disrespect to Tupac. In an interview with BBC News from Saturday, June 22nd, the singer-songwriter spoke about the threats of AI in music. She was particularly upset by Drizzy's tailor-made freestyle, which featured a use of AI-generated version of Tupac's voice. This is what she said. "You cannot bring people back from the dead and believe that they would stand for that. I'm sure Drake thought, yeah, I shouldn't do it, but I'll say sorry later. But it's already done and people will find it even if he takes it down." She added, "It's hateful. It's antithetical to the life force that exists in all of us." Crow wasn't the only one upset by the Six Gods' slippery interpolation of Tupac's voice. Back in April, the Dear Mama rapper's estate, blah, 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 got sued, stuff, cease and desist. We get it. See, I'm going to be talking about AI. Actually, let me bring up this article right now. Why not? Since we're talking about AI. Metro Boomin's BBL Drizzy, the Drake diss, sparks massive lawsuits against AI companies. So Metro Boomin's BBL Drizzy beat that was used to diss Drake has led to a number of lawsuits being filed against artificial intelligence companies. AI firms Suno and UDO have been sued by RIAA and major record labels Sony Music, Warner Music Group, and Universal Music Group over alleged copyright infringement. UDO created BBL Drizzy, which was then sampled by Metro for his instrumental diss track, with the original song being artificially created, including the vocals. Metro is not named as a defendant in the lawsuits, and it is believed that he was not aware the sample was AI generated when he used it. The two companies were accused of using copyrighted material owned by Sony, Warner, Universal to train their AI models to generate music. Building and operating these services requires at the outset copying and ingesting massive amounts of data to train a software model to generate outputs, the label's attorneys claim. For these services, this process involved copying decades worth of the world's most popular sound recordings and then ingesting these copies to generate outputs that imitate the qualities of genuine human sound recordings. The lawsuit is seeking an injunction against Suno and Julio to stop them from using existed copyrighted music to train their programs, as well as damages from infractions that have already been committed. The lawsuit also contains purported evidence that Suno and Julio used copyright recordings from a number of artists across 3 record labels. They claim they have evidence of the AI programs copying producer tags of Cash Money AP and Jason Derulo, as well as vocals from the likes of Michael Jackson and Mariah Carey. Suno released a statement in response to the lawsuit that said, Suno's mission is to make it possible for everyone to make music. Our technology is transformative. It is designed to generate completely new outputs, not to memorize and regurgitate pre-existing content. That is why we don't allow user prompts that reference specific artists. We would have been happy to explain this to the corporate record labels that filed this lawsuit, and in fact, we try to do so, but instead of entertaining a good faith discussion, they reverted to their old lawyer-led playbook. Suno is built for new music, new uses, and new musicians. We prize originality. The RIAA took issue with the statement, with the spokesperson countering, saying, if there is any takeaway from Julio's meandering response, it is that Julio is attempting to construct an alternate reality where being pro-artist means stealing artists' work for profit. In the reality everyone else is living in, artists advocate groups oppose what Julio is doing and strongly support these lawsuits. Supporting real creativity means getting permission before using someone's work and developing technology that partners with and supports human artists instead of cutting them out and replacing them. Music companies have already struck multiple partnerships with startups, entrepreneurs, and others that are responsible. Others with responsible applications of AI, they added. There's one surprising note of agreement. Julio now seems to admit their model copied a large collection of recorded music. That's starting an admission of illegal and unethical conduct, and they should be held accountable. Wow, this is a long read. These damn lawyers and their shit. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Sheryl Crow, right? So I tied these 2 articles together because it deals with AI. Sheryl Crow is right. You cannot take someone's dead voice and, play jokes with it and have fun with it. I get what Drake was trying to do. Bad taste, and he did it in bad taste. And then labels, suing for the BBL Drizzy sample because it's not original. The funny thing in this, and you can mark my words, and I swear to God this is going to happen. I'm 98% sure. The 2% that I'm not sure, I don't know where it's coming from, but hey, you got to leave some room for something, right? 98% sure that these labels don't give 2 fucks about using an artist's voice. Listen, these are the same labels that when Michael Jackson died, fabricated Michael Jackson's songs to sell a fake Michael Jackson album. That album, Michael, that came out in 2010 after Michael Jackson died in 2009. Rest in peace to the GOAT. Actually, the day just passed, June 25th. It's been 15 years since he passed? Anyways, in 2010, they dropped a self-titled album called Michael. Turns out either half or 60% of the album was fake recorded. The vocals weren't from Michael Jackson. It was somebody that sounds very, 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 very good like Michael Jackson. There are only a few tracks that were real on that album. Obviously, the Hold My Hand record with Akon, because that song was leaked a while ago in 2007, so Michael Jackson was alive around that time, so that was a real track. There was a few other ones, but majority were fake. So if a label is willing to do that before AI was even a fucking thing, what makes you think they give 2 fucks about protecting artists' rights and copyrights? When these artists dies, when Drake dies, when all these artists that are popping that have a name, Eminem, Jay-Z, whoever the fuck you want to name, when they die, these labels are going to lie to our face and say, oh my God, Jay-Z had this whole vault of music. Now we're going to release a bunch of albums that Jay-Z had in his vault of music. Reality is going to be AI. By the time this happens, by the way, we're not even going to be able to tell the difference between AI and the real voice. There's going to be no... Right now, you can still tell. I knew when the Push-Ups record came out, that was actually Drake, and it wasn't AI. And then I knew which records were AI when they came out, when they were leaking them and pretending to be this and that. Regardless, the labels don't give a fuck about the artists. They're saying that now to make themselves look good. They're just mad that these companies are taking profits from them. Because once they see how they're already in cahoots with AI technology companies, they're going to figure out a way to use DMX's AI voice and use whoever's passed away, Juice WRLDs and Pop Smokes and all this to make profit off them. Now, we talked about this before. I talked about this on podcasts 90 million times, right? I think if you get approval from their family or you get approval from the artist before they die, especially if you get approval from the artist before they die, if the artist says, listen, God forbid, whenever I die, you guys have a right to use my AI voice as long as the splits are this to my family, right? Because somebody's got to eat from the fact that you're profiting off of, an artist's voice, right? So if an artist says it's okay, then it's okay. I have no problem with it. Hey, that's the artist's choice. They have a right to do that. But when the artist has passed away, you can't really ask the artist, what do they think? Because does that affect their artistry, what they kind of believe in, human touch to things? A lot of artists believe that, and that's true. A human touch thing is way different versus the robots. Then it goes down to asking the family, should they do this? I don't know. That's where it gets tricky to me, but if the family agrees, hey, it's a different story, putting money, like, see, Eazy-E's kids ended up basically struggling because Eazy got screwed out of record label deals. His wife took the record label and basically took all the money from it. And when really Eazy worked his ass off to have his kids live a better life than him. And they ended up not doing it. Now, in that type of situation, would it be great if they could resurrect Eazy's voice and bring a whole new revenue stream to the family where they wouldn't have to live, a life that's struggling? Amazing. That'd be great. That would be way beneficial. But it would have to be approval of the family, man. I think the people that are really close to him or that relate to him or that are related to him in one way or another, they have to get approval. So I'm with Sheryl Crow in this. Disrespectful, distasteful. What did she say? You cannot bring people back from the dead and believe that they would stand for that. Exactly. I'm sure Drake thought, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She added, it's hateful, it's antithetical to the life force that exists in all of us. I agree. And the fact that BBL Drizzy, the company that made it, is getting sued, we're going to see a lot less use of the AI stuff because record labels are going to crack down on this. And once they figure out a way to make money from it, though, they're going to reintroduce it to the world and they're going to package it as, oh, we're just extending the life of the artist and we're making their family rich still off of it and stuff like that. Whether you buy it or not, I don't know. I'm not trustworthy record labels, never have been. They're not these holy people that they say they are. I'm telling you right now. They are dumb. I mean, if you go to the music documentary, How Music Got Free, which is on Paramount Plus, check it out. Great documentary. Very well executed. RIAA was suing regular ass college students and people for illegally downloading music, and it backfired on them so badly. The press were attacking them like crazy. They sued some random college kid like for $660 million. Like, what the fuck? A college kid doesn't have that kind of money. They had to file bankruptcy, had to deal with a bunch of shit. They were just suing random people because they didn't know how to take control of the leaks. They said, you know what? Fuck it. If we can't control the leaks, we're just going to sue everybody that we catch downloading illegal music. And you're never going to stop. You're never going to stop it. People are still going to download it, blah, blah, blah. Now you guys find an alternative with streaming music. And we're going to be talking about that right now because Metro Boomin has also revealed that he's going to be removing his albums off streaming platforms. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. But yeah, man, this AI stuff, like I said, labels don't have the best interest for artists. They're saying that, but in reality, I don't think they do. They're going to find a way to make that AI stuff profitable for them, and they're going to screw the artists over as much as they can. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. Diddy has decided to drop a $60 million lawsuit against Sean John. So let's go over the article. Diddy has reportedly dropped his $60 million lawsuit against his former clothing line, Sean John, as he continues to battle multiple sexual assault allegations. Sean Combs founded the brand, which he uses his first and middle names, in 1998 before selling a 90% stake to Global Brands Group in 2016. In 2021, the Bad Boy boss filed a number of lawsuits against the company claiming they misuse his image and likeness to market Sean John clothing without his consent. Diddy also accused Global Brands Group of using his image without permission in a marketing collaboration with clothes manufacturer Misguided, while he also tried to secure the trademark Vote or Die, which he claims the company attempted to exploit. The Harlem-born mogul later took back control of the company, purchasing it for just $7.5 million following Global Brands Group's bankruptcy, but continued his legal fight. He has now voluntarily dismissed all claims and counterclaims involved in the case, according to All Hip Hop. The news comes after Diddy had his honorary key to the city recited by the city mayor's Eric Adams. Yeah. He probably just did this because he doesn't want to deal with a bunch of lawsuits and have shit backfire more on him. So, rightfully so, man. Drop the lawsuit. Keep it moving. You got bigger things to worry about than some company using your image to promote literally your clothing line. Like, I don't know how Diddy could sell a fucking clothing line to a company and then that company can't use his image. Like, that company, that clothing line is solely, like, attached to him. When I think of Sean John, it's Diddy automatically. Like, I don't think of somebody else. So that was a dumb deal. Like, the company should have been like, nah, we can use your likeness, and then you can get a little cut of percent of clothing that we sell or something like that. But to not be able to use someone's likeness when literally it's his name in the clothing line just doesn't make any sense. The company was dumb for not allowing that in the deal. Like, they should have figured that shit out. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted, see if anything happens. Metro Boomin, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, has decided that he's potentially quitting releasing his music on streaming platforms. This is something that Kanye West has done and kind of battled with and said that, hey, if you buy it directly from me, if only 10% of my followers on social media buy my album, I sell millions of copies, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, that's not how social media works. You can have millions of followers and you'll still get like 30,000 likes on a photo. So not everybody watches you. Some people just watch to hate. Some people just don't interact. That's just the reality of it. I have only, 11,000 followers on my personal page and about, 250,000 followers on the main Diverse Mentality page. 250,000 people don't like the photos. Like, literally, I'll drop a news post or whatever the fuck, and it'll be 2,000, 3,000 likes. That's just the reality situation. But let's go over what Metro Boomin's thinking. Metro Boomin has raised the prospect that his future albums may not be released on streaming services. Speaking on Instagram, the super producer shared a post which said, a fan needs to stream an artist's music 20 times a day for a whole year for that artist to make $25 from that fan. Metro Boomin wrote over the post saying, this is why my next album will probably be the last one streaming. Now, I want to actually argue this because this is an interesting conversation to me. A fan to give you $25, basically, let's see how many times you have to stream. It's 20 streams a day. It's 365 days. So you have to stream 7,300 times an artist's album or songs, whatever, right? Or songs from the album. Now, I'm gonna make a good argument here. I think this is a good argument. So look in the 90s, early 2000s, before streaming. Artists would drop a CD, right? The fan would go purchase the CD. And what would be the price points? On average, it would be anywhere from $12 to maybe $16 a CD. Then you would have deluxe versions with like bonus DVDs or just bonus tracks. That would end up being $20, maybe $25 max, right? That time, back in those cycles, artists would release every 2 years, usually. Some artists would do every year, some would do every 2 years, but on average, it would be every 2 years. In those 2 years, if the fan really liked your music, I think they would stream the album 7,300 times. Like, that's possible. And that's worth $25 because you're purchasing, back then you would purchase a CD for $13, $16, $19, $25 max. You know, it'd be rare that a CD would be $30 unless it included some type of DVD and bonus tracks and just extra shit. That'd be very rare. Usually the max it would reach is like, from what I saw. Now, are there moments where potentially, yeah, but that's like an anomaly. That's not the norm. So I don't see an issue with the fact that somebody would have to stream your music that many times for you to finally get $25 because back in the day, fans would spend $25 and would you get all the $25 as an artist? Hell no. Labels would take, I don't know what, now it'd have to be whatever splits you had set up, right? But labels will take a huge percentage of that. So that's all it is. I think that's a fair, maybe, okay, let's just say you have to stream the music 10 times a day for a whole year. So what is that? Let's see what the math on that. 10 times, I'm horrible at math. I'm sure somebody right now is saying, oh, it's Quake, it's this. So 3,000, yeah, I'm stupid. 3,650, right? Times in a year. That's doable. That is very, very doable. So I get it, you know, streaming. Now, here's where I disagree with streaming, right? The numbers, artists should be paid more because there's less cost now in getting the music out there, right? Before, it would have to be you take it to a CD processing plant, They make the CD, they ship it. Shipping costs money to ship the CD, all that stuff. All that stuff, put it in stores, take up space, retail. That costs money. All that whole process costs money. Now you don't have to do that. You just push a button. It's online. Everybody can access it. So that significantly reduced costs for record labels, like to astronomical levels. So artists should be getting paid a little bit more. But hey, we'll see how that goes, man. What would Metro Boomin do? Maybe he'll take the Kanye West route, try to buy it directly from a website that he has. But streaming is just the best way to make yourself as relevant as possible because that's where everybody's at. What's it worth? Like, what's the worth of it if you just put it on your own platform and only 50,000 people buy it, right? That's it. Only 50,000 people hear it. It's not on streaming platforms. You can't post it on TikTok or any of that because all that comes from streaming platforms. So that's going to affect, obviously, you being popular in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted, but I doubt he's going to do this. Kanye West, I can see him doing it and do more, but Metro Boomin, nah. But I like the route, man. Hey, own your own shit, independent. I agree with that. So we'll keep our eyes posted. I doubt he'll follow up with this and actually do it, though. So we'll see. They not like us. They not like us. You think you disrespect Pac? I bet you Okaso would be less stop. Anyways, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us is eligible for a Grammy Award. Yes. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Where's your uncle at? Because I want to talk to the men in the house. West Coast do phase, right? Come get this ass whooping. I'm handing him out. That was probably the best part of Drake's side of the battle. Yeah, it's Grammy. It can be Grammy nominated. So let's go over article. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us is undoubtedly the biggest rap song of 2024, and its success is expected to be reflected at the Grammy Awards, especially after comments made by Recording Academy's top dog. Harvey Mason Jr., the CEO of RIAA, or not RIAA, but the Recording Academy, which organizes the Grammy, spoke with who shared his opinion of the song with TMZ on Monday, June 24th, about K-Dot's Drake diss and its chances of taking home silverware at the next year's awards. This is what they had to say. Obviously, it's a hot record. It's amazing artistry, great writing. The talent on the record is incredible. You have artists who have been nominated before, and Kendrick obviously has been successful in the organization. He added, I don't see any reason why it couldn't be. It's all about the quality of the record. It's really about the members. If the members like it, then it'll be nominated. Mason Jr. was then asked if the fact that the song is a diss record and contains explosive allegations such as Drake being a pedophile would prevent it from being nominated. He said, I don't think so, he replied. The voting members of the Academy appreciate greatness, appreciate what's hot, what's going on. That's a relevant record. It's impacting on so many levels with so much creativity and talent. I like to believe that the Academy members recognize that and they vote appropriately. If Not Like Us were to win a Grammy, it would become the first rap diss song to do so. Drake's Meek Mill diss back-to-back was nominated for Best Rap Performance in 2016, but lost out to Kendrick Lamar's We Gon' Be All Right. That's ironic. Released in early May, blah, blah, blah. Did records, numbers, all that. I can see it, man. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone going to hand him a Grammy right now. So that line's going to get 100 times funnier if Kendrick Lamar wins the Not Like Us Grammy for Best Rap Performance, whatever. I can see it happening, especially if this year nothing really... Eminem's challenged it. Eminem's number 2 right now in terms of streaming, like coming out and doing his thing, and he actually charted pretty high, and he's still fairly high on the charts. So Eminem's challenged it, but we still got at least 6 months to go in the year, so we'll see what gets released in these next 6 months. But right now, Kendrick Lamar has the crown with his diss track. So yeah, great. It's nice to know that they don't care that it's a diss track and that it's making insane claims. If it's a great record, it's a great record, and that's what it is, man. Even Drake admitted in the Hard Part 6. It's a fire record, but he just said, I don't like the lies that you have on the song. But other than that, it's a fire record. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. We'll see. Maybe on Grammy night, Kendrick might actually win. Let's get into it. Billboard Hot 100. Sabrina Carpenter is at number 1 now with Please, Please, Please. I have no idea who she is, but shout out to her. She dethroned Post Malone and Morgan Wallen, who are now number 2 with I Had Some Help. A bar song, Shabuzi. Tipsy is number 3. That's climbing up. Shout out to him. Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso is at number 4. $1 Million Baby, Tommy Richmond is at number 5. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar is at number 6. Stayed there, hasn't moved from that spot. Hosier, Too Sweet's at number 7. Beautiful Things, Benson Bone is at number 8. Lose Control, Teddy Swims, number 9. And then Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, number 10. Eminem Houdini, number 12. So that's falling a little bit down the charts. Like That, feature Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar, number 14. That went up a little bit. SZA Saturn, number 17. Whiskey debuted. Whoa, okay. Moneybagg Yo and Morgan Wallen have a song together? No wonder it debuted high. Debuted at number 21. Moneybagg Yo and Morgan Wallen, Whiskey. I gotta check that record out. I had no idea that they had a song together. Glorilla, Wanna Be with Megan Thee Stallion is at number 25. We can go Ben for Ben. Fuck that. We can go M for M, number 29. Yeah, Glow, stomp a little pussy up with some shell toes, number 32. Shout out to her. She's got a new record that's out right now. It's LFG, I think. Insane, man. She's killing it. Get It Sexy Red, number 38. And got the bit. Tom Devil Is a Lie, Tommy Richmond, number 47 debut. Interesting. This guy blew up off of TikTok, so he's doing his thing. 101 Gunna, number 50. Type Shit, Future Metro Boomin, number 51. Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar, number 52. You My Everything, Sexy Red and Drake, number 59. Don Toliver featuring Kodak Black, debuted at number 61, Brother Stone. Enough, Cardi B, Miami, number 89. You got Again with me, Boss Man, D-Lo, number 97. Carnival, Ty Dolla $ign, Kanye West, number 99. Boss Man D-Lo's probably got one of the most unique flows in hip-hop right now. I really enjoy his flows. He's got some great records, man. And the game with that Woody guy, great record, man. Check that record out as well. But yeah, man, interesting list. Drake's Family Matters completely off the charts. Any Drake diss, push-ups off the charts. So Kendrick is still holding strong here with these diss records. So it's clear as day, man. I think the people are choosing what they want to listen to, man. So it's clear as day here. So yeah, that's it for today's episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast. Appreciate you guys as always. Of course, sponsored by the one and only drink, Golden Eagle. Drink goldeneagle.com/DMP. Get your Golden Eagle drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so please support them because they're supporting us. Spotify, Deezer, Pocket Cast, YouTube, all that, Google Play, whatever you listen your music at. Have an amazing night, day, whenever you listen to this, and peace.